Good morning, welcome to Something Saturday. So I thought today we would delve into the new catalogue a little bit more, and I wanted to show you this absolutely gorgeous Stippled Roses Bundle. So it comes with a stamp set and dies, and it just so happens, oh, and I'll just tell you how much it is. So it's $94.50 for the stamp set and the dies. And like I was just about to say, just so happens that I have pre-cut out everything. Now let me just see that that is actually, yeah, we're looking good at the moment. I had just noticed that some of my videos were getting a bit light, which is a bit annoying. So it's got these absolutely beautiful roses, leaves and another rose, and it's got sending thanks, happy Mother's Day, best birthday wishes and congratulations. But I really liked the fact that these ones here, you can actually sit the flowers sort of onto these little pieces there as well. And you can just create a card using those if you want to. You don't even have to get into the stamp set at that point, but it's worth getting into the stamp set too. So I'm just going to pop that to one side and show you what I have been up to. So I have been having a little bit of a play around with blends, and I'm not very happy with this one, by the way. So if you're looking at it and going, "Ooh, that looks a bit blobby, Heather," it does look a bit blobby and it's not very good. I thought I would have a go at no line stamping. So it's the one where you ink up with a really light colour and you ink it off once and then you stamp it onto your paper, and in theory then you colour it up. Only I don't think it works using stamping blends, or at least it doesn't work for me. So then I thought, well, stuff that then. I'm just going to stamp the whole thing in red. So I did. I stamped the whole thing in red, and I don't mind this one, actually. I don't mind that it's got a little tinge of red around the leaves. Sometimes roses have that anyway. Oh, probably should go back to this one, because the first time I did it, I actually inked it up individually with the with these things. So these are my Stamping Right markers, and I've literally just chosen that colour and that colour. And when you go to use your, let's just pick the small one temporarily for now to show you what I'm talking about. Let's pop that onto a block and move everything out the way. Find myself a bit of paper. That's always a good one too. Bit of cardstock. And then literally all you're going to do is, you probably want to have the picture in front of you so that you know where you're colouring in. Oh, I think I did the red part first. So, oh, no, not there. And you're literally just colouring the whole thing. This isn't the colour I was planning on using. Quick swapsies. Can't even see where I put them. Quick swapsies, because I kind of like the darker colour on this. Plus the fact one that one's slightly running low on ink. I need to replace it. So that one is that, and then you take your green and go around with your green. So if you were doing this with the big stamp, you definitely need to huff on it, because by the time you've done this, the ink has dried. So literally just huff on it and stamp it. And then you have this rather beautiful looking rose. So there is that way of doing it. And somewhere I have my little cleaning mat thing, which was just here. My goodness me. Oh, there it is. It's one of those things, isn't it? I'm sure crafters have it all the time, that you literally put something down and then it's gone. And it's like, my goodness, I can spend like half an hour searching for something and then get really annoyed. And I know that it was just in front of me. So let's pop that one back in there. Oh, in you go. And then, of course, there's the die. So potentially you can just die cut that out straight away. And it's so easy. Look at those. All right, so that's 3 different ways of doing it here. this one, I've literally coloured it in with my Stamping Right markers. So I've stamped this one with Stays On to begin with, and then coloured it in with my Stamping Right markers. This one I have stamped with Memento. So hang on, Stays On. So Stays On needs to go, Stays On is waterproof. So these ones are water-based. That's why you use that with that. Whereas Memento is not water-based, but it is alcohol-based. So I think that's right. I'm not entirely sure what I'm saying there, actually. But I do know that you use Memento when you want to use the stamping blends, because anything else will move with your blends. Unless you're doing something like this, in which case I did use blends over top of this one, and I kind of figured it was going to be red anyway, so it didn't really matter. And I used the red ink pad, so yeah. I kind of know what I'm talking about, I think. All right, so then I did think that I would show you just quickly. I'm going to take my watch off. This big one. We need a big block for this. So you're going to need an E-size block to fit this one onto. You'll notice with mine that I actually do cut a little bit more off around the edge, because when I'm using them in class, I find that it, particularly with the words, if I don't have the excess off the edge, people will ink it up that hard and then press it down so hard that they end up with a line going all the way around the edge of their words, and I don't really like that effect, and I'm pretty sure they're not too impressed with that effect as well. So that's why I actually trim off a bit more excess from the edge of my stamp. But if you are quite gentle with your stamp, you shouldn't need to do that. So let's see whether we can find a way of fitting this onto here. That looks like it's going to fit. All right, we're going to use Memento, and I'm going to show you how I colour it up with the blends. I am not the world's master at using blends, so we will do it Heather style. And I also haven't tried this one out in this particular combination yet, so I do want to try that out. All right. Here we go. Did you notice I'm using my new glass mat? So if you join at the moment during celebration, you can choose to have this glass mat for free, and it is a beautiful thing to work on. It is so nice. They do say that it's ideal for using when you're doing watercolouring or when you're doing any kind of colouring and things. So particularly with blends as well. So stamping blends are alcohol markers. There we go. One clean stamp again. Just love my chamois. So when you do end up with this, you also get this rather gorgeous little chamois as well. So you get this chamois, and you also get this silicone mat as well. Haven't got around to using the chamois yet because I'm slightly feeling a bit precious of it at the moment, so I haven't got around to using it. All right, so I'm not going to be using these ones. I'm going to pop those guys away. Do you know that these are actually an item that you can purchase, these boxes? So although they look like a CD case, they're actually not, because they don't have the CD there. They're actually a stamp case. So potentially the one that this comes in is the same case, but it's just, you can buy 4 of them as a pack. I think they're something like $10. So yeah, they're quite a bargain, and they really do fit these in, which is really nice. Let me just make sure that the video's looking all right. Yay, still looking good. All right. So the way that I do my blends, you will notice that we have 2 of each colour. So one is called a light. That one and that one are lights, and these 2 are darks. And you'll notice that one looks lighter than the other. So I always go for my dark colour first. I'm going to sneeze. Nope, maybe not. Okay. So you will also notice on Stampin' Up! Stamps, when they're detailed like this, that they've actually got quite dark bits. So on those dark sections, I'm actually just going to colour and go around like that. So I'll just get a couple of them done, and then I can either speed or fast forward the video a little bit. So then I move on to this one, and you could use, so both ends are ends that you can use. So this end covers things in very fast, obviously. So potentially a bit of bulk colouring in. And then you can take the other end, and that's when you start to blend these other ones into themselves. So it's really cool. When you use blends, you get the dark colour and the light colour, and when you put the light colour over top of the dark colour, it kind of just spreads it out, I find. So there's those, and we might just have a quick go at maybe this flower here while we're not on fast forward mode. So you can kind of see where I'm colouring in. It's just the darker areas. Might just go around the edges a little bit too. Hopefully that's going to look okay once I get to it. So then we'll move to the light colour, and we'll just colour the whole lot in. And then change to the other side of the light colour and just blend it. See, I'm not very precise with this, so potentially if you're looking for someone who's very technically savvy with the blends, it's not me. Just so that you know. So that's kind of how it's going to turn out, and I'm going to carry on and finish it off. I have absolutely no idea how I'm going to make these into cards, so hop on over to my blog, check out what's available. Let's let's go with hop on over to my blog and check out the cards that I actually create with these. There you go. I can manage to get the right words out sometimes. And don't forget, if you fancy joining Stampin' Up, so the deal is amazing. Okay, so you pick $235 worth of goodies. You only pay $169, and during celebration, which goes till the end of February, you can pick to have either this beautiful glass mat, which, as I say, it's worth it. It is lovely. It's got your centimeters, it's got your inches on it. That is a full, well, 30 centimeters is 12 by 12. So you can actually fit, if you're a scrapbooker, you can fit the whole sheet on, and you've still got room on the side, which I love. And you've got this little mat, and you've got the chamois. Okay, so you could have that, and it's worth about $106, or you can choose another $50 worth to add to your kit. So either way, it's, you know, a win-win really. So if you're interested in joining, let me know, and we will have a chat about it, and I can tell you more. Okay, so go on over to my blog, check out what I do with these, and thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next week. Bye. So I thought I'd better just hop back on and show you how this one turned out now that I have finished it and I'm quite happy with that actually. So just double check, but I think it's, yep. So those two are done the same way using the stamping blends and the Memento ink pad. This one here is done using the, not that one, that one, Stays On ink pad and the markers. So these are the Stamping Right markers. And I always, by the way, I always store my Memento and Stays On upside down, because it means that if you've got them upside down, the ink is always at the surface. So you don't need to do that with our normal inks, because I'll just quickly show you that. So that is the right way up. And of course I picked one that I can't open. You'll see that the ink stores upside down anyway, so you don't actually need to store those ones upside down, whereas these ones you do, because they don't have that same special flap thing that ours do. And there you go. So yes, now you can hop on over to my blog and check out how I've finished off the cards. Okay, and I'll see you next week. Bye.